We're going to simplify this in ways that actually make sense and aren't just a big fat lie. So the key with this, and this is sort of the holy grail, you want to achieve a thing called metabolic flexibility. That's the ability for your body to use fat for fuel and then also use sugar or glucose for fuel. So you want to be able to switch back and forth based on energy demands and based on what food is in the system. You want your body to be flexible enough to use either fuel source for energy. So most people, sadly, are basically pure sugar burners, which means they run almost exclusively on carbohydrates, and their body has a very limited capacity to even ever use fat for fuel. They're basically just pure sugar burners. And a sugar burner is someone who gets hungry and hangry when they haven't eaten often enough. We all know those people. They get a lot of like swings in mood and swings in energy level. They need a nap at 2 o'clock. They tend to raid the pantry after dinner, like they're just always looking for some sort of starchy carbohydrate. If they go 6 hours without eating, it's like the world is coming to an end. Those are your sugar burners. And then your fat burners, or your metabolically flexible people, can go a full day without eating. They can wake up and not have to have breakfast. They don't have to have snacks. They don't crave carbs as much. Now, everybody, if you're like me, I'm always going to crave carbs. That's just part of the deal. But if you can switch back and forth and not crave those things at such a high level, that's what being metabolically flexible looks like. So how do we do that is the question. There's 5 quick, easy steps. It's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. So we're going to walk through these. The first one is we have to decrease inflammation. So inflammation, do you guys know what diseases are linked to inflammation? Just about everything. Yeah, if you name a disease, it has it in its root cause, you have a thing called inflammation. It leads to arthritis and allergy. Anything that ends in itis is an inflammation or an inflammatory condition. Cancer, heart disease, diabetes, allergies, Alzheimer's disease, and dementia. Chronic fatigue syndrome, you just name it, they're all linked to inflammation. We have to reduce our glucose, and this will be on your blood test. Reduce your fasting glucose and reduce your fasting insulin. Have you guys ever even had a fasting insulin drawn when you go to the doctor? Hopefully the answer is yes. But a lot of people, they go get their physical and they check those 19 different biomarkers like your liver enzymes and your lipids and your metabolic panel, and they don't ever check your fasting insulin.